Hey everybody, I'm back, and this is a video I wasn't planning on doing, but this just arrived. I didn't think it would arrive right now, but it's fairly ridiculous yet kind of awesome, so I just wanted to share it with everyone. So, another package from KnifeWorks.com arriving. I love these guys. I had already opened the box, you know, and that's how I knew it was in it, but I haven't opened the internal package yet, so I just kind of opened it up and closed it right back up. So... This is something from Quartermaster. I think it's a relatively new company. The Hannibal. If you haven't seen this thing online yet, or if you haven't seen anybody with it, it's kind of cool. Packaging is pretty nice, actually. This is a monster of a knife. Now, the design of it, I think, is a little out there, a little excessive. I've been looking at it online for a little bit, just because, you know, I heard about it, and I like the larger knives. I like the heavier, bigger frame type things. This is enormous. I mean, you could kill somebody just by hitting them with this thing right here. It's pretty heavy. I don't have the specs on it because, again, I'm not doing a review, just a little unboxing, but flipper and then triple thumb studs. It's G10 scales, steel frame. You know, again, the stylisticness of it, the sort of, I consider this to be one of those industrial themed apocalyptic type deals, but it sort of works on this knife because it is just so out there and huge and ridiculous. Nice pocket clip, a little bit tight, but I'm sure that'll break in a little bit and work with you. It looks like it's reversible left and right, but you're pretty much, if you're not a tip-up carry fan, you're out of luck on that one. Very smooth, opens very easily. Aiden, wanna say hi to everybody?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Yeah, you gonna sit down next to Daddy?
Yeah.
All right. So, blade is kind of, it's like somewhere in between, I guess, Warncliffe and sheep's foot. Just a swedge up here, false edge, not another blade. Out of the box, honestly, not very sharp. It doesn't feel that sharp, but just using the packing slip here, it does slice right through this. So, okay. It can be a little deceiving, I guess, sometimes looks and feel, because that feels like it wouldn't be as sharp as it is, but according to the good old paper test, it's slicing right through. The grind on it is pretty good. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 6 inches, I'm not exactly sure. And believe it or not, for all these rough edges, all these like hard angles and stuff, this feels pretty good. So I'm going to modify this up a little bit, I think, probably change the scales around. I'm not exactly sure why the scales only cover the portions at the cover of the frame there, and again, probably all stylistic and stuff, but I'd like to put a backspacer in there, just because you can feel that sort of big gap in between the liners. It's not overly uncomfortable, it's just you can feel those edges there, so I think a nice backspacer would not only kind of improve the look of this thing a little bit, but make it feel a little bit better. Jimping is, I mean, it's ridiculously big, and it sure does work. You can get great traction on there. Jimping on the lock itself, but not so much on the other side of the frame, and I sort of like that too. For something that is so big, you'd expect it to feel a little bit awkward, but the balance on it's really nice. It's not as unwieldy as you might think, and you know, it's pretty comfortable to use. It's very smooth. It's got the ball bearing system in there instead of washers, so it just, I mean, it just flows. Once you break that detent, it just wants to hang. It's pretty good. The overall balance on the knife is so good, in fact, that you can close it up and just hold it straight and level, and just a little bit of finger pressure on that flipper, and it opens straight up and locks up nice and smooth with no problems. And that's cool, because a lot of times you get one of these heavier, large bladed knives, and that flipper is only going to open you about halfway without, you know, some kind of assist on it or holding it down, but this one just pops right open. Really solid lockup. I mean, there's no blade play there whatsoever. Pretty early lockup too, so these things are manufactured to some pretty good tolerances. But as big and heavy as this thing is, operational wise, you know, it's, I mean, it might as well just be a regular old 3-inch blade knife. There's no problems whatsoever, and it's, you know, the more I hold it, the more comfortable it feels. I definitely want to do something about the kind of hard edges on this part of the frame over here and up here, but other than that, it's a very comfortable knife. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this thing besides keep it as a collection queen. I mean, you know, come the zombie apocalypse or taking over a small tropical island government, I don't know what the hell use this thing has. It's just so cool to have. Interesting little pivot screws there. I'm probably going to take it apart and just check it all out later. When I do the scales for it, I think, this is my going in game plan, and if anybody has any comments, let me know. I think I am going to expand them to cover up here, even though they did some grinding to give you a little bit of texture there. I think I'm going to make the scales cover up all that before I'm all done. I'll probably leave this pommel area out right here, though, just because it's kind of useful. So that's it, everybody. I just kind of wanted to share the new toy with you and see if anybody had any thoughts on it. It is massively huge. By the way, KnifeWorks, I'm pretty sure this runs for about $150, $160. So pretty decent price for a knife this size. CPM 154 steel, I think, to the best of my knowledge, and 420 or 410 liners, I think. I wish I had the specs in front of me, but I don't. But yeah, new brand, wasn't familiar with it. They have some more moderately sized stuff. I might look into getting one of those. So just another cool thing I didn't realize at the time, but the one I bought was actually part of the first production run of 300 blades, and all their first productions for all 4 knives aren't marked with the words first production or anything like that, but if it's numbered, this one obviously 221 of 300, you know it's part of the first production run. Oh, by the way, interesting side note, all of Quartermaster knives are named for members of the A-Team, which didn't occur to me right at first, but this is the Hannibal, the biggest one, you know, the leader, and then they've got the B.A. Baracus and the Templeton and another one, I can't remember the name, but so, kind of cool. And by the way, did I mention this knife is 100% made in the USA, so no farming it out, no foreign parts, just good old American steel and know-how right here. So anyway, you might want to check these guys out. They make some pretty solid products, and as I always say with an unboxing, I'm going to play with this and mess around it for a while, and if there's anything really cool, significant, anything I think people would find interesting or need to know about it, I'll be back with another one. But I'll be back again real soon with some more custom work and everything, probably mid-next week, and you can expect the Benchmade giveaway finally to be done shortly after that. So thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you again real soon.